Alright, welcome to the second video in this training, and this will be about measurement. It can be a little intimidating for some, a little overwhelming when they see all these little 16 marks here, actually 18. But if we break it down half at a time, as we talk about the PowerPoint that goes along with this video in the unit 2, hopefully we can simplify it a little. Don't be too intimidated. We'll just take it one step at a time. However, measurement is really a lot of memorization. You just got to memorize the fractions and their locations. And then you'll have to also memorize the decimals, which we'll get to later. And then practice, which you'll get some opportunity to do in the assignment for this unit. But let's get into it a little bit here. Again, it gets a little intimidating if you look at the whole thing. So I like to take it by halves. Most people can visualize a whole and then two halves, and then further visualize half of that half. So I've marked up here, obviously. The biggest marks are 0 and 1, or whatever that inch would be, and ½ inch in the middle. Then the next smaller marks are the 1/4 inches. Those are pretty easy to locate. People get confused then how you get from 4ths to 8ths to 16ths, and we can take a whole math class on fractions, and lowest common denominator and all that. But the simplest way to learn it, quick and dirty, is like this. The right colored markers here, I've got it kind of color coded. 4ths are in green, 16ths in red, and 8ths in blue. So we're just going to start with the 4ths, and we'll make it 8ths. Make the 4ths into 8ths. 1/4 is 2/8. A ½ inch is 4/8. And 3/4 is 12/8. What you need to know is those numbers. Don't need to worry about the why and wherefore right now. I'm sorry, I messed up. 3/4 is 6/8, and 1 inch, of course, is 8/8. So, breaking that down further, nobody's going to refer to ½ inch as 4/8, by the way, so just get used to it, or 3/4 is 6/8. So there's another little key to it. All the 8ths with the denominator or bottom number with an 8, it'll be called out to you with an odd number at the top. 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay, so somebody says, where's 7/8 on the scale? Well, pretty obvious. The 8ths are this size. You got 6/8 here and 8/8 there. 7/8 is going to be right between them. 5/8, same way. 4/8 here, 6/8 here. So that size mark, 5/8. Okay, somebody says 3/8. Another thing to remember is 3/8, that's below 4, so you can forget this whole half. And just focus on the marks on this side. 3/8 is halfway between 2 and 4/8 on that mark, so it's 3/8. Right there. And then 1/8, of course, is halfway between 0/8 and 2/8. It'll be right there. Sides of the mark, and smack dab in the middle. Halfway, halfway, halfway. 16ths, a little more intimidating maybe, but really not. You don't let it be. Again, it's a function of halfway. Halfway between 0 and 1/8 is 1/16. Halfway between 1/8 and 1/4 is 3/16. Now how do I get there? Again, start at the half. Half of 16/16 or 1 inch is 8/16. 16/16, and of course 0/16. Half of 8/16 is 4/16. And halfway between 8 and 16 sixteenths is 12 sixteenths. So once you have it broken down like that, and somebody says, show me 11 sixteenths, you just say, okay, it's 11, so I know it's above 8. So you can forget that whole half. Look at this half. Say, okay, there's 8 sixteenths and 12 sixteenths. I'm looking for 11. It's one less than 12, so there's 11 sixteenths. 9 sixteenths, one more. Then 8 sixteenths or ½ inch. 15 sixteenths, one less than 1 inch. And 13 sixteenths, one more than 12 sixteenths. Right. Looking for 3 sixteenths. Well, we know it's less than 8, less than half, so it's on this side. You can ignore all that. So, less than half, 3 sixteenths, there's 4. Come down to the 16th size mark, and you got 3 sixteenths. 1 16th, as my dad used to say, it's one little marquee past the biggest marquee. And then 5 sixteenths is 1 16th past there. The 1/4 inch or 4 sixteenths. And 7 sixteenths is right before 8 sixteenths or ½ inch. So broken down like that, it may not be as complicated for you. They will be tested on this, and we're going to also figure out how decimals work in all this. Again, some memorization is necessary, but hopefully this helps you understand it a little bit. Thank you.